Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nas and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag. Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nas and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody. And we have people.
We got people, and I'm gonna show these people off now. We don't got a whole lot of people. We got people, and we got beautiful people. You know what I'm saying?
We got the people.
We got some beautiful people and some of the most important people in the house right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the Nas and Jay 4-year anniversary show. You know what I'm saying? It feels good, man. This is
Let's
cool.
go. Let's go.
Oh, we going right from the beginning. All right. Here's the shot right from
Wait.
Oh.
You know what I do.
Yeah, no. You should. This is the time to do that. So go ahead all the way in and do what you gotta do.
He hates when I do this.
No. Today's the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 years ago, I saw Jay doing his podcast, the Sit Down with Jay Street. And I said, you know what? This young man is doing something positive.
I appreciate being called young. I appreciate that.
We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I can make it better. And I called him and I was like, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me? And he was like, okay.
I think I had a pretty
You were like,
happy attitude about it. Yeah, exactly. It was like I didn't expect for you to reach out to me. And I don't mean that in any kind of a way. And I was like,
because he thought I was dumb.
No, I didn't think you were dumb, but I did not think that you were as you are. I'll leave it there.
Little stupid little voice girl. She don't know nothing.
I figured you'd be a little bit shallow, but there's a lot of depth to you. I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And so we met for coffee, and thus began the shenanigans. And we keep shenaniganing.
We don't shenan once.
We shenanigan.
Exactly. Right.
Okay, so through long hair, short hair, blonde hair.
This is all her hair.
Through sick babies, sick us, through the pandemic, through leaving one space to go to another space to go to another space.
From iPhone 11 to 2 proper cameras, good lights, and a beautiful venue. You know what I'm saying?
And lots of friends.
And lots of friends, 100%. Yeah.
Cheers. All right, now, hold on.
Yeah, because that's,
It never changes. It's always nasty, but it feels good. That's the important thing.
No comment, but
All right. Welcome to your evening sip of local news, what's happening, and
real world mess.
You're a little early, but it's fine. I am Naja Nicole. I am your cultural programs coordinator at the Delaware Art Museum. I am a cat lover. Bradyana is back. And that's it. And yeah.
I'm gonna keep it simple tonight.
Okay.
Jay Street Jr., singer-songwriter, photographer, youth advocate. That's me.
Okay. Temperature check.
Who's going first today?
Who went first last time?
I think you went first last time.
Okay.
But if you want to go first, ladies first. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
Okay.
Can I ask?
So.
No, I have to
I'll
ask.
look this way.
Okay. Hey, Jay. How you feeling?
Well.
How's everything going?
Can I tell you all about it?
Yes.
All right. So I'm good today. I'm really excited about this show for a lot of different reasons, and I've said it even in all of the sort of preview stuff that we did. Like, this isn't a giant audience, but this is the first time that we've done a full show with this many people. And I'm serious. And it's always been one of our goals to have an actual live audience.
Yeah.
You know, we're very comfortable doing it from the casita and from certain spaces, but this to me is a big step. Not only
it's not a festival, it's not a gig.
Right. Look.
Oh.
See, all the good people is coming in. This is what's up. The audience is growing, and I think it's going to grow over the course of the show too.
Yeah.
So because of all of that, and because of these big steps that we're taking forward, I'm in a good mood. My allergies are bothering me, but I'm relatively well rested, and I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
So Naj, how are you today?
I was anxious. I was very anxious.
But what's different about today?
I'm serious. Do you not see
No,
my twins sitting right in front of me?
I'm saying you're always anxious, but go ahead.
Like literally, me, my mom, and my dad is both like looking at me, shenaniganing. No, I was very anxious. I'm always worried about perception, and I'm always worried about numbers, and is this worth it? And am I wasting people's time? So I was like, thank you. So we're not wasting people's time. So I feel better now, especially because I got my liquid courage. I'm not endorsing that. Just putting that out there.
I do. If you need some good tequila, go ahead and have a shot. It's all good.
But yeah, I'm happy, and I am very proud. I think, if anything, I am proud that we, no matter what we've been through, and we've been through something, we keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, and we keep going. So yeah, I'm proud.
Cool.
How y'all feeling?
Look at those beautiful people out there. Look at them beautiful people.
Okay, let's get into our first segment of the night, and that is flowers. Who we giving flowers to?
Where do you want to start? There's plenty of people.
All right, we're going to say really quickly, flowers to all of the educators out there, our teachers who are dealing with these babies. Shout out to my kids' schools, because I know. I know what I send to school.
Yeah, I got to dig in a little bit on this one because, you know, I've worked in education all my life. And especially if...
Oh, yeah, you a teacher.
I'm not a teacher. It's different.
But you teach.
No. And I this needs to be said to that point. I work with kids, but I am not a teacher. It's two very different things. I don't sit in a classroom with the same 25, 30 kids 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I show up on a different schedule. I work with them in a different capacity.
Jay walk up in there with his sunglasses on and his leather jacket, talk about where my boys at?
I don't do that. That's not what I do.
Where the YNs at? Where they at?
So I that differentiation has to be made. Like, I work with kids and I'm good at it and I love it, but I could not be a teacher. Let me be clear, okay? So the teachers have a different kind of grind, and this is the time of year for them, especially, where they are worn out. So
you should see them.
Your child might come home today or tomorrow and be like, "Mommy, Mrs. So-and-so said something. She had a bad attitude," and you might want to be like, "Well, I'm gonna call that teacher."
Don't call her. Let her go.
That child has possibly been with that teacher more than you for the whole year, and you know that your child is difficult. You know it. I'm not saying don't check for your child and make sure that nothing bad is happening, but the teachers are worn out. Most of them overwhelmingly are good people doing the best that they can to deal with the tough situation.
They got testing coming up.
We're in the middle of testing for the next couple of weeks. So, you know, shout out to all of the teachers. And if you see a teacher, just give them some love, give them a pat on the back and be like, "Listen, year's almost over. You're about to get the break that you deserve."
Yes. It's also Nurse Appreciation Week. So flowers to all of our nurses, because just like we got these unruly little bad behind kids that these teachers are dealing with, we got these crazy patients that these nurses, and sometimes you see nurses more than you see doctors.
I'm gonna say something I shouldn't say.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
You know, I was about to talk.
Listen.
Yep.
So flowers to our teachers and our nurses that we love and we need. You have Irina Turner.
Yeah, so Arts by Angelova. I wanted to make sure that I gave her flowers because as a new artist, visual artist, relatively speaking, number one, she's including me in an event that they have up at the street food festival.
Oh.
But that's not. It's not about me. My point is that she hustles, and it's really cool to see someone who is not only very prolific in terms of she creates a lot, like she paints all the time, but she's out there hustling. And I don't mean that in a negative way. She's out there really promoting herself and promoting other artists and bringing other people into the. And she's got a sold out art battle event.
At Opulent, the new Black Hangout.
And she's doing her thing. So I'm just giving her flowers because I think any visual artist or artist, musician, whatever, can learn from her hustle because she goes hard in the paint. And I respect it completely. And a lot of times you think visual artists are just like, well, I'm not inspired, so I can't create today. And hopefully someone will buy. She's like, nah, I'm gonna create. And here it is. And
here's my show. Here's my stuff. Here are my friends.
So, that's all.
Two dear friends of ours, Nataki and Shah, both of them lost family members in the past week. So we want to send them flowers, love, and positive energy, and just know we are here. We love you. I already told you, Nataki, girl, if you need me to drop off a rotisserie chicken, I'm here. And Shah, same for you. Well, you don't eat chicken, but I got vegetables for you. But sending love to the two of you and your families. And then to Charlotte Miller, Miss Charlotte Miller Lacey from the MSK Community Center.
Yeah, she's doing her thing over there, man. I've been over there for the past couple of weeks, and
where is that? Is that?
So it's technically, I guess, it's not Browntown. So it's right at the bottom of Linden Street. It's in a weird sort of part of town. That's
the one.
It's almost in Browntown.
We were there for no, we weren't. Was it us?
Well, she opened a community center there.
Yes, we were there for the opening.
Yeah, we definitely were. Exactly. But she had another ribbon cutting ceremony, number one, because they just opened up a big a kitchen there, like a really nice setup for like, you know, real cooking,
catering and stuff.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility there. And number two, last weekend she had sort of like what you have coming up. It was more or less like a mother-daughter team.
Yeah.
And she has become, I feel, a pillar of our community with what she's doing. And I just, you know, we talk about giving flowers. She's someone who's out there doing that hard work every day. There we go.
Hey!
And, you know, we want to give her flowers because she's doing the work that really, really matters. And she's grinding just kind of out of the love for her heart, in her heart for young people. And it's making a difference. And I got to say this too. Since I've been back, there's been a lot of justified complaining about the absence of things for young people to do and the closing down of communities and the closing down of community centers. And she reopened one.
Hers
and she's out there
booming.
She's supplying that need. And it's admirable. Yeah.
Well, flowers to you. Also, flowers to last week I had the honor of going to Philadelphia and watching accept an award for from the Mexican Cultural Center of Philadelphia, and it was to the Delaware Art Museum, Isboleto, for the Culture and Access Award. And his speech was phenomenal. I'm sure he's going to post it, but the room was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. And it basically was just stating that, you know, no matter what's going on in this country, culture, art, our people who make up this country, who work in this country, we're not going to be forgotten. We're not going to be quiet. We are here together. And as long as we know that we have each other, we'll prevail. So to you, flowers. And last but not least, all of the mamas in the room, happy Mother's Day.
I'll always love my mama.
My baby girl.
There you go.
You only get one.
Mama. Sorry.
I wasn't ready for that.
Me either, clearly. Yeah.
So yeah, all the mamas on Mama's Day, and just putting this out there if you need something to do. I have an event on Saturday at the Delaware Art Museum for you and your mama, but we're gonna talk about that later. Okay. So that is our flowers. Next, do y'all got flowers? Somebody you want to honor?
Is there anyone in the audience that wants to give someone
has
flowers?
An accomplishment that they would like to? Okay,
there we go.
Go ahead.
The mic right there. Hand her the mic, please. Yeah, we hear her clearly.
I would like to give honors to a sorority and military fraternity that actually in Philadelphia every Tuesday from 6 to 7 we serve the homeless. Home cooked meals. And when I say home cooked meals, I mean
Seasoning.
good food. I mean crab cakes.
Oh,
Yes.
Mashed potatoes.
Where's this at?
This
Break
is
this
at
down.
20th and Arch every Tuesday evening.
Okay.
And we will feed until there is no more food.
Can I bring my kids?
Yes, you can bring your kids.
You have a home.
We will feed anyone that needs a meal, homeless or not.
Okay.
And the food is excellent. And it's Mu Beta Phi military sorority and Chi Sigma Phi military spouses. So I would like to give them their flowers because
Absolutely.
they are out there, rain, snow, winter, it doesn't matter. Those tables are out there and the people are being fed. And I think yesterday we fed over 108 people.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Anybody else got flowers they want to give?
Anybody
This
got
feel like
flowers?
church right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about local news. How's that song go? The Rick James one. The Mary Jane one.
Mary Jane.
So Wilmington finally approved where businesses can open to sell marijuana. And I said it like that because I wasn't sure if they're going to they was, what do you call it? What do you call it when they make it so you can't hear it? Huh? I can't remember the word. You know what I'm talking about. Censor. There we go.
You can't hear it. Okay.
Can you pull up the picture? It has So there's a picture that shows you. So everything in green is where you can open your business, where they can open their business and sell the marijuana. So this recently passed, and Carney says that this is a middle ground between people who wanted a complete ban and people who wanted them in more areas. So they can't be within a certain distance of schools and like neighborhoods. So for the people who are interested and curious, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Yes. And, I know a lot of people are worried because there is a stigma, but this will also make some money for the city, lots of money for the city.
My main thought is I'm naturally paranoid and worried about whether or not there's going to be equal access to selling it. Is it going to be just one demographic that has access to being able,
like getting a license and getting a facility,
or is
like, what does that process look like? What are all the uphill battles you're gonna have to fight? Absolutely.
Like if you live in West Center City, are you still gonna have to go? I don't want to get all the way into it, but that it's gonna be fair. You know what I mean?
I want to know what happens for the people who were arrested for.
That's a whole different conversation.
I know.
Because I'm glad that it's legal. It should be legal. As a drinker, I have no problem saying that it's probably way safer to smoke than it is to drink. I don't have any moral issues with it.
Well, I'll tell you, when I take my gummies and I'm going to watch my Netflix and my nachos, it's way safer than it is if I'm taking 3 shots, child. I tell you what.
That's a fact.
I'm just saying, I'd rather be inside,
Yeah, but all of these.
If you need a code, let me know.
It was not supposed to go in this direction. But
how much money you need to open up one of these spots?
Like $1 million. That's the whole point. Like I think it's somewhere between $500,000 and $2 million in order to get your foot in the door.
We could get a grant.
And so how is the kid? The black market's going to stay around for some time because of a bunch of different reasons, and I'll leave it at that.
Grumpy and BMO, they still gonna sell what they sell.
Yeah,
you know?
and they should be left alone at this point.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got for local news. So real world Mets. All right. The Met was last night. Who watched the Met? Wow. Who looked at the updates?
I didn't know we had it on the list, but okay.
Okay. So we had, okay. You did. You said Rihanna. She's pregnant.
Oh, well,
that's where she announced it.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
So it was, the theme was Black dandyism. And I'm not even going to profess to know all of the history behind it, but basically it's Black fashion.
It's specifically Black dandyism because I don't know how I ended up down. No, but
I said Black dandy.
But the reason I said that is because the idea of a dandy came, I think, from Britain specifically.
Okay.
But we, as we always do, put our spin on it, and it had a completely different twist to it.
Yes.
And I don't know how I ended up down that rabbit hole, to be honest, because fashion is far from my thing. But I started watching clearly.
We know.
But I went down a rabbit hole, and it's actually not something that I am necessarily interested in, but it was cool the way that it was explained. And one of the things that I thought that was cool is that, you know how like if you're a genius, you can't say you're a genius. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just a genius and you're recognized as such. So like you're not supposed to say, yeah, I'm a dandy. So you have to just be recognized as someone in that
And then
status.
you wonder why I don't tell people that I sing.
What?
You just said you're not supposed to like.
That's two different things. That's telling someone what your occupation is versus you saying I'm a genius singer. That's two different things.
Okay, go ahead.
The point is that I actually think it's in as much as it's not my space to really dig into, it's a cool concept. Yeah.
Well, I saw all of the updates. I wouldn't even know where to look to watch it, but I saw the updates. I loved Cardi B's. I love Zendaya. Zendaya had an all-white suit and a hat. She was sharp, child. She was sharp. Her stylist, Law Roach, he didn't style her that night, but he was doing an interview, and some other girl walked up and looked. So Zendaya looked like she was very tailored. Some other girl had the same exact look and looked like a piece of chalk.
What do you think that is? Like, what's the difference? Like, why was she able to pull it off?
Because Zendaya styled it. The other girl just wore it.
Give me more, because I'm the ignorant one.
Like, Zendaya knows, her and her people know her body shape. They know she's a very tall and slender woman, very sleek. Okay. So she made sure that, like, it was like a bell bottom or like a flare pant, and it fit her body type. And she also knows her angles. Like, she's a model, so she knew her angles. The other girl walked up and was just like, in her suit, and it just didn't fit. Okay. Abe, did you want to chime in on this a little bit? Because, this is your thing.
Get that man the mic.
Can you have, okay.
So the rumor is Zendaya dimmed her light so Diana Ross can shine bright.
Oh.
Did you see Diana?
I did.
I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Granted, Diana Ross was not technically fully in theme, but she was.
She had a Rihanna moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
I believe that's the rumor.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay. Yes.
Everybody. The rumor is everybody knew Diana Ross. I think she hasn't been to the Met in at least 15 years.
Oh wow. She's 81. She just turned 81.
But Diana back in the day used to be the Rihanna of the Met. So for her to come for that specific, as you said, the black excellence. And that's, in my mind, that's also a politic move. Anna Wintour, the person who throws the event, literally says she's not inviting Donald Trump. My prediction for the next 3 more years is going to be all black themed. That's my prediction.
And they raised the most money that they've ever raised.
And that's another conversation, because black people, we raise money. But that's neither here nor there. So that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, I love Zendaya. And you have to talk about the girl. What's her name?
Oh, Janelle Monáe suit.
I think and Tiana Taylor
looked like
were on theme.
Yes,
1,000%.
yes, absolutely. Well, number one, Tiana Taylor, she doesn't miss. Like, I don't know what goes on in that woman's head. She has this creativity that is unmatched. And the way she wore that do-rag with her suit, it's like she is the ultimate example of how you can be both masculine and feminine at the same exact time. And I don't know how she does it. But she looked absolutely stunning. And then Janelle Monáe's suit, she looked like a playing card, like the red and the
funny.
black.
I did see it. That I get that. That's funny.
She did have an outfit change. It was beautiful. Meg Thee Stallion paid homage to was it Josephine Baker? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, Josephine Baker, and then oh my God, Rihanna and Ciara took a picture, and if y'all don't know, they had a feud 15 years ago, and it was on Twitter, child. It was a lot. And that was the first picture that they've taken together in 15 years. So the feud is over. The girls are good. Who else looked really good? What's his name? Coleman Domingo.
Who's that?
Yes.
Sorry. Who is it?
He had a double change too.
I don't know who it is.
Coleman Domingo.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this later. But he never misses. But I will say, I do wish, because one year he wore that yellow thing. Remember the yellow? It was like yellow jacket or yellow pants or something. That was my favorite. That, like, he can't top that. He looked great. What's he do? Seriously. He's an actor.
Okay, what's he in?
I don't know. I just know he's a brilliant actor.
I was the ignorant one. At first, oh, you don't know who he is?
We don't have to do this.
And I won't, because the point's been made, but go ahead.
So yeah, the Met happened. Rihanna showed up. Oh, see?
I'm a bat.
He can't see nothing. Rihanna showed up and basically announced her third pregnancy. Everyone's assuming it's a girl. People are mad because she ain't dropped an album. I'm like, she is 37, popping out 3 kids back to back. Like, she is a billionaire. She don't care about not one note, not one mix session. She do not care about y'all. She is living her best billionaire life.
I generally
with her nigga.
Don't envy anyone. But and I don't envy them and I wish, I don't have any negative sentiment towards them at all. But it's like, those two are living the best life.
And he just be the case.
I picture everything that you sort of fantasize about, like a picture perfect relationship. They just sit around being rich, eating good food, looking good, and doing it all the time, making babies whenever they want. They can afford them. It doesn't matter. Does it get any better than that? What is the problem? You disagree? It was too loud, me saying it? It sounds wonderful. What am I missing here?
Oh, she looked great. She looked great at the Met.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There is another rumor.
What?
I don't know if I cannot confirm or deny. They said Megan Thee Stallion got kicked out of the Met because she brought her phone in.
Oh.
You know she's never getting invited again, if that is true. Allegedly.
Oh,
but
dang.
There is video of her being escorted out early. She brought her phone in the Met.
Well, isn't the Met where Nicki and Cardi almost fought?
No, that was Harper's Bazaar.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because why they come back? Why was they able to come back?
Huh.
Well, all right. So that is Naj and Jay's take on the Met. Okay. Jay has a very fun activity.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
And we want y'all to participate.
All right. I saw this post and I thought it was absolutely...
We practiced earlier.
It was hysterical and it was low-key genius. All right? And the basic concept, everybody, is that... hold on, let me get this right. Is basically black slang versus white slang. And all black people do is basically do what... Not reactionarily, but what we do the opposite of what white people do.
So what they say, we say the opposite.
So I'm going to give you guys a phrase, and you give me the black one back, and we'll see if you get it, right? All right. White folks, don't start.
I wish you would. Better not.
Keep on.
Keep on.
That's the follow me?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
She said,
Sure, I'm up for it. Sure, I'm up for it.
That's the white people.
Sure, I'm down.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down. Yeah.
All right, here's another one. You got the wrong one, pal. Today. There you go, exactly. All
He gets it
right,
right
all right.
today.
All right, everyone, let's roll.
I'm out.
Close.
Let's bounce.
All right, let's bounce. Okay, I think on this day we can say this one exactly as it is. I don't have a
Yes,
problem with it.
go ahead.
All right, he's strange.
Weird.
This nigga weird. Exactly. Hey, who are you talking to?
You talking to me? I know you ain't talking to me.
You ain't talking to me. Exactly. All right, keep going. Stuffing. Everybody got that one for sure. This is the one I don't think is fair.
What?
That one. No one's gonna get that. Because it's kind of like.
My parents have said that.
Really?
My mom has said that before.
Bring that to me.
Bring that to me.
You gotta get away from me.
Don't get that.
What's another way that we say it?
Bring that to me.
Bring that ass.
Hand it here. Hand it here.
All right, I'll give y'all a couple more. I can
Grandma
do this
Betty
forever.
say that.
All right. Don't you dare.
I wish you would.
I dare you.
I have said that to the twins. I have said that to the twins.
All right, I got one more. Pardon me?
Excuse me?
Say what now?
What did you just say? All right. So you had to throw that one in there. It was really good. Like, it was really good to me.
Oh my God. No, the nigga weird. That one was good for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Shmurda. Do y'all know who that is?
I want you to keep talking because I'm going to put a battery in that one. I need to get something else, but keep on going.
You're so ghetto.
I know,
You're
but
so
this is how we learn.
ghetto.
Keep going.
Oh God. Okay. Bobby Shmurda is a rapper. He had a hit song. What's the song, Abe? Hot Boy. How's it go?
That was a good one.
Well, the song is Hot Boy. He ended up in jail because of one of his songs. Basically, they used it against him in court. And come on, Abe. Where's that?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? So basically, they used it against him in court to execute.
Are you coming home? All right, perfect.
No, he's getting a drink.
Oh, say less. Say less. The audience is fully engaged.
This is class.
Mm-hmm.
Child.
100%.
Well, he got out of jail after however many years. And 8 years.
Golly, that's a long time.
6, 8 years. He was at the height of his career and then got out went to jail, got out. And for the last couple years, he's just been kind of like figuring out life, living off of the money that he's had. He went on tour, or he planned a tour. And he just announced that he's canceling it. Want to know why? He only sold 10 tickets in each city.
How many cities?
Exactly.
I think it was like 7 cities, 6 or 7 cities. And now his manager, his team, they were going back and forth online, posted text messages because he's talking about suing them. And they talk about...
As though it's their fault.
Right. So my question is, when do you think someone is delusional when it comes to their celebrity?
I don't know. I don't think he was necessarily delusional. It's like you test the waters and it didn't sell.
Name another Bobby Shmurda song, Abe.
But he only had that one hit. That was it. Yeah. That hit. And hoping it would still be a thing. But the thing is, it's too long ago. That's literally a different generation of music at this point.
Listen.
You don't do your own tour.
You don't do your own tour. Oh, and no features. No features.
You join somebody else's tour at the minimum.
Yes.
At minimum, and see if you still got it. Then you can bounce off that.
Right.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, who? He gonna tour one song? The concert gonna be 3 minutes. The introduction, the song, and he going. But hey, what you say? Yeah, there you go. He could do that. Yeah, he could definitely do that. Intro to a boxing match. Okay.
That's good money too, probably.
So Who inspired Jay today?
Yes, so we wanted to add a new segment to the show where we always talk about something inspiring because we feel like that's something that everyone needs. And, you know, we rant a lot and we want to make sure we always balance that out.
And
right?
we didn't rant today.
Not really.
We did a good job.
Yeah, but I'm okay with ranting. But
I chose joy this morning. I'm sticking to it.
So, who hasn't seen Sinners yet? Oh wow, I'm kind of surprised.
I know.
Okay,
I'm so sad.
That's
I got
more.
3 kids.
But that's more money coming down the pipe. That's okay because they're going to see it at some point in time.
Yep.
You have to see it. So a lot of time. Well, as we've been starting this segment, I have to dig sometimes to find stories. But I was like, some of the stuff is right there in our faces and we don't really realize it. And Ryan Coogler and his situation with his wife and that movie.
I feel like you gotta say it in his accent.
I gotta be in that place. I'm not right there right now to like say it the right way, but I'm almost there. You know what I mean?
Ew.
But he is a really inspiring person.
He's brilliant.
Not just brilliant, he is brilliant, but he, like Jalen Hurts, I brought this up on Facebook, he just does everything the right way. And everybody has a different path.
Protect him at all costs.
Protect him at all costs. Like he went to film school, finished film school.
Yeah.
His wife, who was his girl at the time, bought him his first piece of like software to write movies.
Yeah.
And like that all paid off way over.
Yes.
And this new movie, Sinners, is the highest grossing original black film ever.
Horror film.
And it's but it's not a horror movie, but I don't even think it's fair to call it a horror movie because of how advanced it is in every single way. Like this is not Friday the 13th, but it's got scary monsters in it. But he is doing everything right. And he's like, is he like your age? Like maybe 35? You know what I'm saying? Like he's a young guy. And I just feel like he's one of those people that gives me hope for the you know, not
because
that
he
I'm
does
so
his
old.
research. Like you can when
It was so well thought out.
Yes.
I know you haven't seen it yet, but
No, but I listened to his NPR interview. I've watched his interviews just in general of his processes and the way that he speaks. Number one, he speaks. He pauses anytime you ask him a question that is like a good question, because he'll say this is a good question, so I need a minute. He'll pause and really think about and process how he's gonna respond. And then he talks about his process of studying Abraham Tye. I swear, for goodness. Oh God.
Go ahead.
He studies, and I think that's the other thing is like we have a lot of wannabe filmmakers who think that doing one film or one project and you popping off with a celebrity that you doing something, but no, it takes work.
So to this point, I want to make 2 more comments about it. Number one, like 3 pieces actually.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
That would be.
Don't let me forget.
Don't forget. That would be like me and Jay doing this and then calling ourselves broadcast journalists. No. We do work, but we did not go to school for this. We did not write papers on this. We didn't do the research on what it is to be a broadcast journalist. We are podcasters. We are talk show hosts. There's a difference.
So number one, he comes from the Bay Area. And
he's from
he grew up in both. No, but half Oakland, half Richmond. And so there was a split there. But he's not hood, but he grew up in the hood. So he's got that understanding of life, right? And I think that is there's value in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has that, but he never got sucked into it, right?
Yeah.
And he's also a nerd.
Very much
in a good way,
so.
because here's how I have no problems admitting that I didn't, like I've seen the Black Panther movies, but I didn't really know who he was or how he talked until I started researching Sinners. And the reason that he pulled me in is something came up on YouTube where
the film?
He was dorking out about the kind of film that he was using. And I was like, oh,
that's it. Okay. And using film in this day and age is a big deal.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Can somebody give Abe the mic?
I have a question.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually a really good question.
Okay.
I'm
glad you
low-key
think so.
hesitant because, and I hate to be negative,
Yeah.
but on Twitter, as Black Twitter in particular, they're saying like the roots conversation and how like a quote unquote witch saved the day. Can you give context on that? I don't know, but that's one of the reasons why I'm nervous to watch it. In the movie, yeah.
Oh.
It's called Sinners.
Yeah.
Tahir, take it, please, because she'll cover this perfectly.
You can explain it for
So the question is whether, well, I know,
like a witch or like roots saved the day.
I think people so often take our indigenous practices and demonize it, right?
Yes.
And those who maybe, even if you follow some Abrahamic religion, whether it's Islam or Christianity, and things about the roots of who we are as a people you may not know. Mm-hmm. So when you see it on a big screen, you think you're programmed to say that's negative. Right. And I'm not supposed to align with that. But if you know this brother, sister, like you mentioned, Jay, then you know his intention. And then if you don't know, read, study. Don't take it and say, I'm not going to go see that because I'm a fill in the blank. Yeah. And that's against my religion. Let's open our minds around
Absolutely.
That. Yeah, and like the Catholic Church uses sage. And you could easily look at that as like something else, but somehow we focus on that and somehow turn that negative. Like, do you look at Catholic spinning their sage as some terrible thing that you should run away from? Some people do, but like, no, you don't have that instinct to be like, oh, this is voodoo. You know what I'm saying? It's like automatically rejecting where we do come from.
And he will tell you what he was reading, where he sourced his information from in his interviews.
Yeah, and I don't want to go all the way down the rabbit hole because Tahira handled it as well as it needed to be handled. But the other point that I wanted to make and that you were kind of leading to is he is so thorough and so immersed in creating his films that it made me recognize I am not a real movie guy. Like I never thought I was, but like, I at this point have no desire to make a movie because I recognize that what needs to go into it is not something that I'm going to put into. Like, I'm not going to make the proper effort to do it the right way. Gotcha. So that is not for me. Like, I'll put in the effort to write a song the right way. I'll put in an effort to take photos the right way. But I would be disrespecting the craft that he has mastered by just being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot some video, put a little something up here. Like, it's not, that's not what it is. It's like the same way as if someone gets on stage and sings half the song in auto-tune, like, nah, you're not a singer. Stop that. Like, you shouldn't be singing. It's the same idea. If you're not gonna do it right, don't do it. And he does it right. And I was like,
there are a lot of people doing it not right, baby.
And
he
does it right, man. And it's so great to see a young Black guy doing everything right.
And he wearing braids while he doing it, child. He wearing straight backs, okay? That tells me everything I need to know.
I like him a lot.
He does not code switch. Mm-mm. Like, I love that.
And I'll keep going with it. So Charlemagne, he was on the Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne was like, yo, you still talk exactly the same. And he was like, because it's how I talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just that simple to him. It was like, why would you change how you talk? And I understand why we collectively do that a lot, but he was like, this is what I do.
Stop the show. Did I not say at the beginning of this to turn your cell phones off? And you got the 1980 Cricket cell phone ringtone going off on my show. Where is the hook, Mr. Chris Security? And you're supposed to be a radio station owner. What is you doing? Oh, God. Oh, go ahead.
Or you can go first. So, to the people, to reiterate what you just said, just to confirm, to the people who are saying that, oh, I'm not going to watch that because it's like demonic or witchcraft, what would you say to reiterate in regards to that?
Number one, it's a movie. Period. Let's start there. It's a movie. But if it is
It is
burning
not a Christian movie. No movie is Christian.
No movie is Christian.
So if you are concerned
if
you're concerned about demonic things that are outside of Christianity, then you need to just basically stay in your church community and not participate.
VeggieTales is on Netflix.
And that's not to say that you can't stay within your morals, but like it's art. You know?
But if it is burning in your soul, like you got to know what is he talking about, because this is not what I read in my Bible. I need you to do
it's a movie
some research
about spirituality. And it is not a Christian movie. So
don't go to this movie seeking answers for your spiritual awakening. Like, it's a movie.
And here, you know what?
Go for entertainment. Go for the mastery of cinematography.
No, you know what it is though, but this is where I'm actually thinking through this right now, is it's bigger than that. Because the problem that I have with that idea of like this is demonic is it is automatically, literally demonizing a religion that isn't yours. And that's not fair, because in as much as we all have our own opinions and spiritual and beliefs, and like the idea that I'm just either the idea that I'm right and anything outside of that is demonic is not fair. That's not fair. So I'll leave it at that. That's not to say that there aren't demonic things, but to be like that's demonic, that's not fair.
I'm rooting for everybody black. That's all that matters here. Yeah, don't demonize something you don't understand.
Yeah, if you don't understand it, don't demonize.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Educate yourself.
Right.
Make a judgment.
Right. And then it be the same people. It be the same people with the post talking about, don't go watch this movie. It is spiritual warfare. But you're on Facebook, baby. What is you doing?
I watched way too many horror movies as a kid.
So did I.
To the point where I almost didn't see the movie because like I get nightmares. I don't want to see any horror movies.
Jay had his gun like.
Stop.
Was your hair out? Was your hair out?
Oh my God. I don't want to have nightmares. I don't want blood and gut stuff. But I saw the dorky post about the film and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Now I got to check it out. And I checked it out. It wasn't a horror movie. Yes, there were scary monsters in it, but
please stop saying scary monsters.
But I said it that way on purpose. And it like if you go to that movie and the only thing that you come back with is monsters and demons, you miss so much beauty that I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
The cinematography alone, just the images, it's straight up beauty. You got the mic. Oh, I went out again. Oh, shoot. Why are they dying so quick?
You've been talking to that whole thing until you point out us.
Thank you.
The ghetto.
We still got the audio, but this is how we learn. But go ahead. Yep.
You getting a pay cut.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right. Okay. Do you want to do what's going on around town, or you want to do Naj and Jay memories first?
What's going on around town?
Okay. It's okay. It's all right. Let's pull up what's going on around town. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Wait for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Hold a second.
Yep.
Hold your mule.
I'm starting with this one.
Wait a minute. I'm not quite there yet. Okay. What are you starting with?
Places, please.
Okay. Places, please. Mm-hmm. Wilmington Drama League. Get a first look at our 2025-2026 shows. Friday, May 9th, $10, 7 p.m., 10 West Lee Boulevard in Wilmington. Hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, man.
Soft drinks, cash bar, desserts, entertainment, season reveal, and prizes. Mm-hmm. Go to wilmingtondramaleague.org for your tickets. Mm-hmm. What else?
Next, we have that one, Steam Lab.
Steam Lab time. Mm-hmm. School's off day, Friday, 11 to 12:30 for ages 2 to 12, May 9th. Mm-hmm. Family fun Steam time, canvas painting on Mother's Day theme. The Route 9 Library. They're doing a lot.
Yeah,
they're great. The Route 9 Library is actually really, really nice. I don't know if you've been there, but you need to go if you haven't.
Yeah.
Queen of Comedy, some more. Ain't that that's Nia Long's sister?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Do they talk?
Are they really? I didn't know they're related.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's her sister.
I didn't know that.
Same dad? Okay.
You really know your stuff.
so she's going to be at the Playhouse on Mother's Day at 7 p.m. So if you haven't got anything for your mama and you can afford these tickets, go head over and get you tickets and take your mama to go see some more. Mm-hmm. What else?
ABC.
ABC.
Boom, boom, boom.
Beer Nights presents Anything But Clothes Party.
Beer night?
Bear.
Go ahead.
I didn't even drink the full shot.
Right.
Hosted by Jolene and Latonga. Crimson Moon, Saturday, May 10th. Happy hour at 6 p.m. Dance floor at 9. So you can bring everything but clothes. All right.
Wow.
Well,
Rhythm and rhyme story time.
for ages 0 to 5. What is 0?
Under 1.
Not 1 day.
I don't like that. 6 months. A month. Every Tuesday and Friday at 10:30 a.m. at the Newcastle Public Library. That's where my parents used to take me. You remember? They took us there.
Where's that library? Where's the Newcastle Public
Right
Library?
in
Old
Governor.
Newcastle?
What's that? No, not Governor Square in Newcastle, where the Chick-fil-A, the ShopRite, the old Kmart. Yeah. But what's this one?
Newcastle Innovation Center on Route 9.
I don't think it was there.
No, it wasn't.
Go to a library. That's the point. Is visit a damn library. Okay. When's the last time y'all been to a library? I mean, honestly, get you a library card. Check out. They got CDs. They got movies. They got newspapers. You could go on the interwebs. So just go to the damn library. Okay.
Bellevue
All right,
Bingo.
listen. This is the last time I'm gonna talk about bingo and we don't go. Do you understand me? Y'all witness it. We are going to bingo. We bingoing it up. Friday night at the Bellevue Community Center. This Friday, as a thank you, free pizza and drinks for all players.
Okay. Yeah, free pizza.
We can win $200 and have pizza.
Fair enough.
Bingo games, pool tabs, and computer games. So yeah, if you want to bingo it up.
Yeah, and that's the last one. Yeah.
Okay. It's that time of year again. Scout Cafe, one of my favorite cafes in the city. 2025 Spring Market, May 10th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 2316 Baynard Boulevard. So that's what's going around town. I get most of these off of Facebook. So if you are looking for something to do, go to Facebook events and you can type in the date range of when you're looking to do something. Okay. Now is the time for us to be a little nostalgic. Y'all doing okay? You okay?
Mic.
Check 1, 2. Am I on?
Yes,
Am I
you're
on the
on.
air?
You're
Don't
on.
forget this Friday, we will be at the 9th Mile Gallery,
There we go.
WJVS Radio and Friends.
WJVS Radio and Friends.
Yes, ma'am. You know, the station that you have your show on. We will be doing that this Friday, 2 days from now, starting at 8 o'clock. Me and DJ Divine will be playing 70s, 80s, and 90s hip hop only. Nothing more, nothing less, until 12 o'clock.
How we dressing?
You can dress how you like to dress.
Is there food
Yes,
and drink?
yes.
Then y'all know where y'all need to go.
All
Ninth
right.
Mile Gallery is on what in Market?
603 North Market.
Okay.
603
Right
North
across
Market?
from what you call it? The Delaware Art Museum, right?
Oh, DCAD, across from DCAD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
y'all heard it.
All right.
Okay,
Do
now
nostalgia now.
we're gonna do some nostalgic stuff. And if you guys want to chime in on a Naj and Jay memory, you can just let us know. Okay, so first memory we're gonna talk about is the first time we did the jazz festival as Naj and Jay. We didn't have no tent. We didn't have nothing. We had Sam, who had
No, and we didn't at first. Well, we kind of did. The first day we didn't. Go ahead.
We had Sam as the cameraman.
Yeah.
And we walked all around Rodney Square and all around the vendors and just pulled random people to do interviews for like 6 hours.
Yeah. So we didn't have any clear directives as to how to approach the day.
They just wanted man on the street.
And from my end, this is when I first started to buy like real equipment. So I had these 2 sets of mics trying to figure out how to plug into my phone. Also trying to figure out how to plug it in to the camera and go back and forth. So we were hot and we were stressed out.
Hot
I
wasn't
was
even.
worried about the equipment not working. Sometimes it didn't work. We ran into all these speed bumps that were just...
Was it 2022?
Must have been. I think
It was like
2020. Maybe one, though. I don't remember.
All I know is...
But it was stressful. But we kicked ass.
We got some great interviews, like amazing interviews that they still have.
And I feel like that's kind of where we are at our best fundamentally, is it's when someone is
Get
just
up and
like,
go.
just go. Figure it out, go. That's what we've always done. It's just like you get up and go.
Because you have to do that on stage.
True.
If something wrong with the music, keep singing. You mess up a word, keep singing. Your shoe fall off, keep singing. Your wig fall off, keep singing.
1,000%.
Do you have a Naj and Jay memory? Is that what
Give
you're
him the
gonna...
mic. Give him the mic if he's going to talk. Okay, go ahead.
We'll talk about something else later. HBCU week is coming up, and
HBCU week is coming up?
well, their Met Gala in June, but that's
Their
neither
gala,
here nor
yeah.
there. Are you guys doing, I guess, quote unquote, press for the event you were just talking about?
Oh, Jazz Festival?
The Jazz Festival.
Not this year.
Not this year.
No.
Ooh, why not?
Stop giving him the mic.
No. It's fine. It's literally perfectly fine.
Oh.
No. We have elected to not participate this year for a bunch of different reasons. And the other main part, honestly, and I think we can say this now.
Naj, you say it.
Huh?
You say it.
No,
The other part so there's
Nothing.
no issue. I just don't know if we can actually announce yet. There's another factor for why we can't participate in the same capacity, and that information will come out in the next couple of weeks. But we really can't say right now.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, you can take this out.
Our next memory is also at the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival.
Oh wait, go ahead, you got it.
Where last year, actually Cheryl and Chris, Cheryl, who are the owners of this lovely establishment, we are in the Bridge Art Gallery. Let's clap it up for the Bridge Art Gallery.
Did we say that yet?
No, we didn't.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Blame it on the drink.
Yeah.
So they had suggested to me that they have done work with different jazz festivals all over the country and internationally. I think it was the St. Lucia Jazz Festival that I had seen footage for, and they had pitched to me, why don't you do a festival lounge? Because they had seen that we had been working with the jazz festival for a couple years, and we were just doing man on the street. We were just walking up to the artists, walking up to people. But when you go to like a paid jazz festival, there's usually an artist lounge or a lounge where people can go, and there's official podcast rooms. So when she pitched it to me, she was like, you should do this. I wrote up a proposal after talking to Jay about it and thought about what he thought about it. And we pitched it to them, and they were like, okay. And then we had to figure out how the hell we was going to do it.
And again, that's us just hustling. It's like, let's just figure it out. And we reached out to Brandywine Furniture. And they gave us this beautiful set.
Yes.
And
and we were there representing WJBS Radio. We were there representing Naj and Jay.
And humbly, I think we made a real impact there. People loved that. It was great.
It was hot.
Yeah. And we met some great people, you know?
We had some great interviews. Yeah. Like it just set the tone, honestly, for the whole week for us. Yeah. And it was new and it was amazing. And then we got a chance to do it again at the Soul of the City Festival later that year for Christina Cultural Arts Center.
And hopefully we'll be back on that set again in a different capacity. So we can't say that one yet either, but yeah.
But that was really cool because a lot of people don't realize all of this, all of Naj and Jay, all of our posts, all of our media, everything from the editing to the coming up with what we're going to talk about on the show, everything is just me and him.
And eventually we will.
I don't know how. I just said that and I'm just thinking to myself, damn.
But it's an act of lunacy, and I love it.
We're crazy.
That's when I'm having fun. Like, I don't want to sit here and, big up myself the whole time.
I made a website.
But you did. And at some point, we'll get to a certain point where we literally can't do it all on our own. And we're pretty much almost there right now. But if you'd have told me that in a couple of years we'd have all this equipment, have an audience that we, switch back and forth all by ourselves.
Or no
help.
If you would have told me,
if you would have said, if I would have said, this is the idea tonight, can you do that on your own? Any normal person would be like, this is the dumbest idea
crazy.
ever. Like, no way.
And we just sitting there like, okay,
do it.
we can do it. No, if you would have told me that we would be out and people would go, hey, everybody, I would have been like, what the hell wrong with y'all? Hey.
What an absurd statement. What do you mean,
hey, everybody? And it's funny because when Jay first started saying that, I would look at him like, why the hell you keep saying that? Why you say it like that? Ew. Now look at us. Oh, God. Okay, so the next memory we're going to talk about is we had the opportunity to interview before he passed a Delaware legend, which he was a visual artist, Edward Loper Jr. His father, Edward Loper Sr., was a legend visual artist. But we had the opportunity to interview Edward Loper Jr. and talk about his process and talk about his artwork and what he was looking at and how he was able to get it onto a canvas. And we got to interview him twice.
Yeah, man.
Twice. And
he
and
was the
his
coolest.
son. Yes. And he unfortunately passed away.
Last year.
There's actually work of his in this gallery. There's work of his father's in the Delaware Art Museum. And his son continues to keep his
Yeah.
He actually has been sending art overseas and receiving it back from overseas on loan, and talking about the story of his father's artwork and his room where he was painting, and that was really, really cool.
Yeah, no, he's one of those guys, especially as I've just started to get more serious about visual art specifically. He stays in my mind because the thing that I loved about him is that he wasn't just your stereotypical artist. Like he says, like he was a hunter.
Yeah.
He was a man's man still. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a hunter and he was cool and just brilliant. And like he made the charcoal pit sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's not taking away from anything else, but like that's a different kind of intelligence.
Yeah.
That he had all of those pieces to him. Yeah. And he stays in my mind as an artist because that's the kind of artist I want to be. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We were really, really honored to be able to talk to him and his son about his legacy and his artwork. So, also, another memory, our block parties, our very first block party. So the block parties originated during COVID. I got really bored, and I wanted to sing. So I made flyers for my neighbors specifically and put them in their mailbox. And I was like, grab a blanket, get a seat, sit on your porch, and I'm gonna sing to you. And they had no idea what the hell I was gonna do because they didn't even know I could sing. So me and Ishmael set up speakers and we sang to them. And I did it maybe 2 or 3 times that year. My mom came and she set up shop. Did you come, Dad? How many did you come to all of them? That's right. You better have come to all of them.
I think I came to one of those before we did the show.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
So we did that. Then the following year, my neighbors were like, what was you doing? Like, what's up? Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh yeah, we'll do it. And by that time, me and Jay had been doing the Naj and Jay show. So I was like, why don't we do a Naj and Jay block party and invite our friends? Because the last one that I did, Jay came out with his kids, and I turned that one into a kids porch concert. And his kids were sitting in his truck, and they were tiny, and they were like, oh my God. And at one point I was like, okay, you can come up and I'm gonna let you sing. His kids about fell out the truck trying to get to the mic. And so the next year we did our block party and we performed a whole set.
These are all acts of insanity at this point.
Oh my God.
Like, why would you do this?
What is wrong with us? Is this what y'all had to deal with when I was growing up? I was always coming up with something. I want to do a pageant. I want to do a talent show. I want to do this. My God. Listen. So then we moved, we grew, and we had last year's block party. We had like 150 people, a moon bounce. We had multiple people come up. Damala was there and she sang. We had Hezekiah who did a set. It was amazing. Last year was so good. Oh my God. And that was hard because we actually had to fundraise for it. And we had never done that before. And we had a $5,000 goal and we made it with the help of
The difficulty was that we didn't have a 501c3 at that point.
Yes.
And so, and we
also had some haters.
No, but past that, no.
Talk
We're not,
about it.
No. We're going to focus on the fact that the people who helped us out, in spite of the fact that we didn't have the 501c3. There's always haters, but we had people who really broke their necks, honestly, to help us make that happen.
Because they knew
Michelle
what we were
Harley,
doing.
you know, so we should actually, reiterate.
All of the council members.
The community came together to help us out, and that meant a lot because we pulled that off.
It was a beautiful night. We had a great time.
And Big Mike with his cooking.
Oh my God.
that man, that chicken boy.
That chicken. He had one grill.
Listen.
That grill is the same. You know the red grills? He had one, but his was gold.
Yo.
He made enough food for 150 people and was grilling from 12 o'clock until like 9.
Mike is my brother.
He was in the back like this.
No. You didn't get the picture. Mike is my brother's best friend. And my brother looks pretty much like me, but actually a little bit lighter. Mike is 6'4", wide, and the opposite complexion to me, however you want to phrase that. And that man came in the beginning of the day when it was still daylight. He posted up
in
next to that.
Backyard.
He posted up in the backyard
with
next to that hot grill about this big. I said, my man, here's a fifth of tequila. And he sat back there and just made deliciousness for the whole night. When I came back, the bottle was empty and everybody was happy. It was fantastic.
Everybody, we provided free food for everybody.
And yo, she's one of the most picky eaters that I know. And when she is. She texted me like, yo, this chicken.
He did his thing. Child.
Yeah.
Okay. I was up to tell that's next. So we had Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. Again, we are psycho because I don't know where we get these ideas. Chris Mahana Kwanzaa basically was our way outside of the block party of us giving back. So we chose a nonprofit or an initiative to give back to. So the first year we gave back to, I think, 50 something kids, care packages and toys. And we had a bunch of different people donating between toys, toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, socks.
Shout out to Kimala. Shout out to Big Guy for standing there in that theater and helping me distribute those packages while you was on your sick bed.
And here's the thing. We planned this elaborate event with performers, representation of each holiday, a special guest. And I got so sick. I had strep throat that took my entire family out for a week straight. And I could not even be there.
Yeah.
I could not even be there. And the whole time I'm watching like, oh my God, Jay, you better get this right. You better get this right. But then we did the next year, which was amazing. We got to perform. Darnell tore the house down.
You did.
Oh my God. Scoob and them. I miss Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. We're going to bring it back.
It'll be back this year.
All right. We're going to do one more. Two more. Just two more.
You sure?
2 more.
Okay.
When I went to Abu Dhabi.
What about it?
I remember when I had to have the conversation with Jay that I'm leaving and we can't do the show like how we did. It's going to have to be virtual. And he looked at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? First it was supposed to be 1 month and then it turned into 2 months. We ended up doing the show twice while I was over there and it was a whole thing. But we held it down. Jay held it down.
No, I think at the end of the day that specific experience was honestly a testament to the fact that we will give you a show.
Yes,
we're going to figure it out.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? We will figure something out.
It could be one person watching.
And we're going to get that show out to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that one person matters. And that's what that was.
Yes, absolutely. All right, one more. We're going to talk about a time I was there for Jay and a time he was there for me.
All right, you gonna cry or something?
He's so annoying.
I know.
Okay. I remember specifically, I had a mild little panic attack at the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival last year because the last night, it was like 5,000 people. It was so many people. Like where our tent was at the top of Rodney Square in the corner. When we walked out of our tent, there were bodies. Like there was nowhere that you could go without touching someone. I'm fine with crowds, but that one and it was dark and it was so loud and there was so much going on. I kind of just froze. And Jay looked at me and I looked at him. And in that moment, it was just like, stop everything. We're gonna sit here, and that's what it's gonna be. And Cheryl and Chris were there, and we just took a moment, and we let it just ride out. And I just I drank some water, and I was like, he was like, "What do you want to do? We don't got to do nothing. We ain't got to do no interviews. We ain't got to do nothing." And I was like, "No, I'm good. I think we're okay. We can get some footage from the crowd and call it a day." And for me, it was like we had our tent, but there was no way to hide what I was going through. So in the middle of me panicking about all these people, because I don't know where we're going to go, how we're going to get out. And then on top of that, are they going to see me? And do I look crazy? I was just having a moment. And he was just like, "Nope, we're good. We're going to sit right here." And that's it.
Yeah, I'm an emotional support light skin.
So thank you, Jay, for being there for me.
Bam.
I thought we were going to do the...
I don't know.
All right.
That's extra. Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah, I don't have that. No. I will say, and I should be sincere about this. I can't go into specifics for a lot of different reasons. But if you know me, the past, let's say, at this
Jay is
point,
a robot. Just putting that out there.
The past 9 months have been absurd for me. Absurd. And over the course of those 9 months, there have been a couple of times where Naj really checked in on me. And not just checked in on me, but also reached out to my greater network, like, "Yo, check on that fool," because he's struggling. And that was a moment when I recognized that she was a real friend. And, I appreciate that, obviously. And I should say that I never suspected that.
I was going to be the strong friend?
No.
Oh.
I never suspected that when you reached out to me for coffee for that first session about figuring out whether or not we do a podcast, that you become a real friend. And you did, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. How sweet.
Oh, God. I want to take this time to acknowledge that he called me his friend.
You are a friend.
Because he don't like to call people friends.
Old, and
he don't call nobody his friend.
Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something, and we're down a rabbit hole already, but like, I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48 years old. And my oldest friends are literally 30 plus. We've been friends for over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a long time to get in my friend zone, like a real friend zone. Like, I'll be cool with anybody, but like to become my friend, you got to put in some work. And she put in that work, and it paid off. Right. So, you have become a true friend, and I appreciate it. Man.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a wonderful show, a wonderful 4 years.
Yeah.
We thank all of you for coming out and sitting through all. Oh, hi. How you doing? We thank all of you for coming out and sitting through this. We look forward to more shows like this.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
Like, I want this to continue. This was, we'll talk about it later. but I'm very happy with how today went.
Yes.
There are always bumps, and you assess afterwards, iron out the bumps, and keep moving forward. That's what we've always done. And the next year is going to be doper.
Absolutely.
And the next 5-year celebration is going to be bigger.
Our 5-year is next year, and I'm so excited.
Shout out to the bridge, our gallery. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll leave us on this note. Me and Jay do this not for money, obviously.
Clearly. You don't see no rolling nowhere, do you?
I ain't bought no new car.
These are cheap sneakers, son.
Listen, okay? We do this because we love our community. We love our people. We meet so many people doing what we do, and it means so much to us. I talk about often that when I was What is you doing?
Just let me do what I'm doing. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
When I was coming up singing, there were singers that brought me up on stage. And that meant a lot to me. You know, my parents took me out and people remembered who I was and knew that I was trying to be a singer. Jay knows a lot of people because his father was, you know, in the community. And so it was a part of him. That is what our mission is to be a part of the community, to help uplift the community, to highlight our unsung heroes, to talk about the real stuff in ways where we can actually understand it. Because I feel like sometimes our legislators and our council people and all the government people forget that we real people. We don't know the legalese, you know? And also have those conversations that need to be had, like your sidewalk messed up and you need to know who to talk to, and you mad, you want to learn how to figure out where do you go for that? Or you want to talk about an organization that pissed you off and is lying about what they actually do, you know? We are here for our people, and that is why we are Naj and Jay.
Yeah, and thank you to our people for coming out tonight.
Thank you!
Man.
And everybody watching, if anybody's watching.
People are watching.
We love you. We love you guys. And that's a wrap, baby. That's rap.